Are you holding it out the window?
I am right now.
You madman.
Top of the hill recovered.
Yep.
Telemetry lost.
The Radio Master Nomad is finally here. We're going to go through what is it, how's it work, and ultimately, should you get it? G'day, Stu from UAVfutures here, and if you want an unparalleled connection to your drone, you never want to fail safe again, this is going to be right up your alley. What we are talking about, Radio Master's Nomad module. It's pretty exciting. It is offering a new way to connect to our drones. We're going to be going through it and answering the question, what is it, how's it work, and should I get it? Now, as a bit of an overview, of course, it's just a little standard module. It goes back in the back of your radio, which is fairly standard, but is doing some things that are a little bit different. We're going to show you the setup in just a little bit I had to do to get it working. However, you will notice on the back here, there is 2 antennas, and it has these special words written down the side, Gemini. Now it says, I think it's meant to say crossband, like that's why the X is there, but yeah, Gemini, crossband on the side. I'll see if I can get that in the roof cam because this can do some very special things. Normally in the past, most of these radios, they fly around on Elrs, we get amazing reception, and we have that flies on 2.4 most of the time. So we've got our 2.4 transmitter in right here, but also some people fly around on the low band or the 900 megahertz or 833, whatever it is in different parts of the world, but you've got the low band option as well. This is offering the best of both worlds, and the beauty is you can actually mix and match them at the same time with some settings in here, which means this might be the ultimate protection against fail-safe. You're going to have the best of both worlds with 2.4 and latency and those sorts of things, and then maybe if you lost your 2.4 signal, well, you would also be able to still recover it on the 900 megahertz. So a very, very exciting option, especially if you're flying around in some bandos or maybe some risky places. However, I need to talk about some warnings that come with that towards the end of this video. So make sure you watch that part, because it doesn't mean that it's the golden goose. It's not going to solve all your problems, because there's a bit of a catch that I need to make you aware of. But let's go through some of the features. We're going to quickly turn it on, and then we're going to do a little bit of a test. And the hard part about testing Elrs, it's just so damn good that you have to go a long way before you start to drop out of the sky or anything like that anyway. But we're going to do our best. But let's turn this bad boy on. Alrighty, put a bit of foam under there. I could show you on the big touch screen of the Radio Masters competition with the jumper radio. I decided not to do that. That felt a little bit dirty to me, but let's go through. If you want to set it up, first thing you need to do, make sure you turn off the inside module right here that's in the box of crush, because it's an external module. So we need to make sure we're communicating to that. Now we can see Radio Master Nomad right here. You can do all the sort of standard stuff like that you go through here, like binding up, and you can connect it to your Wi-Fi, set your bind phrase, all those sorts of parts. You've got your different milliwatts for your TX power. I'll put a little link to down below. It also has a fan, so you can choose it when this fan comes on so it doesn't overheat. However, this is the exciting part. So the packet rate right here, it's going to be some new options because this is an earlier version that I've got. It's going to get better when it comes to latency and those sorts of things. But you can see right here, this right now would be our standard 250 hertz on 2.4 gigahertz. That's what that's going to be cruising around with. That's what it's going to be signaling out. It's going to bind up to your standard drone, right? Your standard receiver, like an RP1. Moving here, you can see we have some low band as well. So this is like around your 900 megahertz. That's going to be sending that out. But this is the exciting part right here. We have 2 options. I'm going to select this one, my crossband. And that means it is going to send out both our low band and our 2.4 at the same time, which ultimately is hopefully going to prevent some fail-safe. So if you like how 2.4 feels, you're not sure where your risky mission is going to be, well, you can use and get the best of both worlds. Now you can you can put both of these if you want some really low latency on 2.4 and a high refresh rate. You can put both of them on the 900 megahertz band and get them sending those out a little bit. What I think this is special for, and its best feature, is the crossband. Now the big caveat to that, if you want to receive both 2.4 and 900 megahertz, well, you're going to need an extra receiver that is capable of that. That's exactly what I've got built right here. So this is a bit of an interesting rig that I've been building up. It's hopefully going to be doing some long range stuff. However, I'll put a picture on the screen. I think it's the DBR4, I should say. It's got 4 antennas, which means it's going to be a bit of a pain when you're mounting it. It's definitely not as straightforward normally with all the antennas running all over the place. You have to get a little bit creative, and I even did a little stream video on the best way to mount your antennas. But once you have done that, it is set up, you are ready, and off to the races to go and fly. So now I want to go have some fun, but one of the problems with the Elrs is it's just so good at trying to get a fail-safe and finding out when it's going to drop out. So what we're going to do with a bit of creativity and not breaking any laws, we're going to go for a bit of a drive with Stickman Steve. We're going to leave the radio here, do a bit of on the phone and find out How far can we push it? Are we getting any breakups? Because it's really hard to test these things when you can just fly around in normal line of sight. I would suspect 99 times out of 100, you are going to lose your video well before you ever lose your ELRS link. And I felt like that was even on 2.4 gigahertz. When you're throwing 900 megahertz in, well, it's just getting even crazier. So let's go see if we can get a fail-safe. We'll see how that link quality goes. And then we're going to come back here, and I have an important caveat and something I need to talk about. If you are thinking about getting this, it's not quite as obvious as it first seems. So let's go do it in 3, 2, 1. Boop. Radio out here in the field. We've got Stickman Steve in the background, and we're going to do things a little bit different. We are testing out the Radio Master Nomad system, but you're going to take this radio for a drive. I'm going to give Steve my car, and we're going to do a little bit of testing and see if we can break ELRS. Steve, have you ever had many fail-safes with the ELRS?
No, not one.
All right, so we're really going to try and push it to the limits, but also trying to keep things relatively legal here as well. So we have my special craft right here. This bad boy, we're going to put this up here. It's basically going to sit on here so we can get some okay reception. Steve's going to go for a drive, and we'll see if we can break it. Yep. How do you reckon we'll go? We have a designated turnaround point.
We do, and I think if we did go past that, it's just ridiculous anyway.
Yeah, it's
unless
just
you're
going to
be up high doing super long range.
Yeah, and we understand that we're on road level, like we're at the ground level anyway, and the quad is not insanely high. So we'll just have to see. But fingers crossed. The drone, it's ready to go. Steve, we all connected?
We are, got full range.
All right, so hopefully it's going to work this close. Here's my old school car keys. Hopefully Steve comes back. All right, let's do it. I'll give you a buzz on the phone too when you're leaving the driveway. Is he going to answer? I think he's just disappeared.
Hey,
Yo, all good? You can reverse out the driveway, not run over the grass?
yeah, yelled at.
Doing some circle work. All right, when you get out there, before you go on the road, can you just hit the arm switch for me? And I want to see if we can still arm the quad. Just while you're there for like testing purposes.
No worries. So, because Stu
Top right.
has his arm switch on the wrong side. I'm going to arm now, Stu.
Yep. The top right switch. Yep, you're good. That's it, perfect. Disarm. Okay. All good, brother. You go for a drive and keep me posted if you're getting any reception issues, and maybe pull over and let me know how you're going. You've got the hard job here. I just get to stand here and watch you drive away.
I'm pretty sure I'm breaking at least 3 local laws at the moment.
Yeah, okay. Lucky that the phone is going through your speakers right there. We've hooked up.
Oh, definitely. But you know, the transmit power on the radio, holding a camera while talking on the phone. I haven't got my seatbelt on either. Oh, yeah, I do. No, we'll be good.
All right. So you're gonna have to let me know if you hear any telemetry lost or anything like that. And for the people playing at home, we'll edit this down so we just get the important parts.
I've just got it sitting on the seat next to me for this one as well.
So you're inside a metal box. That's probably another thing we should mention.
Worst case scenario right now. Righto, I've gone down to 0 bars.
Oh, you're on 0.
I am. RX signal critical. I'm just coming back up the hill though.
Oh yeah, you went down a bit of a dip there, I guess. You are behind some earth.
I've got reception back now.
Okay, so there's also some crazy undulations. I call it roller coaster road. That's how much it goes up and down.
Yeah.
Oh, I can hear it in the background. Recovered, lost, recovered. So it is picking up that signal. And we're going to, for those who don't know, out this direction, there's a fair bit of earth actually. I'll be really interested when you get to the roundabout what it says there.
So I've just pulled up.
And holding the radio up out of the window.
Yes?
Yes.
And I've got 1 bar, 2 bars flashing.
Okay.
So I'll keep pushing on.
Go all the way to the roundabout, I think. That'll be something that I will be interested in.
Yeah.
Are you holding it out the window?
I am right now.
You madman. Oh, I heard it say RF signal critical.
It's picked up 1 bar. 1 bar. All right, back in the car.
Let's see what happens at the top of these hills.
RF signal critical. Telemetry recovered.
Oh, I heard it get recovered somewhere along there.
Yep. Top of the hill recovered.
Telemetry lost.
Yep.
Telemetry lost. So I got the school between us now though. So.
Yes.
Coming up to the roundabout in a little bit. With a bit of editing too. We're a couple of kilometers away at the moment.
Yeah, it'd be pretty crazy crazy to expect anything to penetrate all this earth and trees.
If you can get to the roundabout, it'll be really interesting if you get out of the car and hold the radio up and see what it says.
Yeah, definitely. I might even come back to one of these taller hills on the way.
Okay.
Same thing.
Telemetry recovered.
Telemetry recovered.
What? Really?
No joke, man. No joke. And that was the last hill before the roundabout.
Okay, yeah, I know the one,
Last.
Telemetry lost. Oh, this is getting interesting.
Why? What?
Okay. Alright, I'll do a UE and pull up on that car park.
What's happening?
Just going for a little walk around. I was really curious back at that last hill though, like that's only 200 meters from where I am now. Went for a little walk and I was talking and I realised I left my phone on the roof of your car.
Okay.
Right at the top of the hill, mate.
But you got it back?
It looked like I had 4 bars as well.
RF signal critical.
Yeah, man.
Inactivity alarm.
All right, you on your way back now?
I am, right.
Too easy, brother. All right, I'll see you when you get here.
Right, thanks, yeah.
Inactivity.
Alrighty, Steve.
Hey.
What'd you think? Sorry, I just had lunch. Like, while
Yeah.
you were driving back,
There's nothing here. Like,
I had lunch while I was waiting. Yep. Okay.
yeah, pretty good. So you'll see on the little edit that we do, but the distance and the undulations and all the fauna and stuff everywhere did pretty good. Like dropped in and out over the hills as you'd expect.
Yes.
But once I was up top of almost every single hill on the way back,
It was,
back on.
yeah.
go
And
away.
if you look here, every single thing that you it would have been under this whole mound of earth,
Yeah.
or like, I don't know, not mountain, but hill.
farms, houses, sheds, like,
Yeah,
heaps of
there's
stuff.
a lot of stuff. Probably very different. If you had a wing in the air or something, you could,
absolutely.
I've seen them go
Yeah.
along like over 100 kilometers, I
Yeah.
think. Citation needed, but
Yeah.
yeah. Too easy. What do you think about the Nomad system in general? So you can do, 2.4, 900 megahertz, or both of them at the same time.
So I think the dual band has been done.
Yep.
But the way this works, where it switches between and takes priority over which band is more stable,
Mm-hmm.
I think it's awesome. For those guys that are doing the mountain surfing or whatever,
Yep.
like, why would you go anything else?
Yes,
right?
yes.
The power output alone, as long as you're obviously obeying your local laws, hey, you push this thing miles.
Yeah,
miles and miles.
much further than 99% of the pilots out there
Yeah,
are ever going to
exactly.
need.
So for me, for freestyle and just mucking around, what I do,
Yep.
I don't like to walk to get my quad if I don't have to, right? So I'm not going to go that far. The amount of antennas that you have to have sticking off your quad
Yes.
is pretty
To get the
crazy.
full benefits of crossband.
Get the
Yes.
full benefits,
Yes.
yeah. So if you got a decent sized quad, I think maybe on a 5-inch it's a bit too much.
Yep.
You're just not going to push a 5-inch super long range anyway.
Okay.
But for me, I wouldn't, based on the fact that you have to have so much stuff hanging off your quad, and it's just outdoes anything I'm going to do with it. The function of it is just way more than I will ever expect from a quad,
Yeah,
from
okay.
my type of flying.
Yeah.
But
So you like it?
it worked fine. yeah.
Okay. But are you going to buy one? Do you need one?
No, I don't need one.
Yeah, I feel like I'm kind of in the same boat as well. Awesome tech for those percentage
Absolutely.
of pilots that need it.
Yep.
But I think for me and my personal everyday just fun park flying, I've never had it. Well, maybe I've had a couple of fail safes, but it is so rare and unexpected, and it's usually not ELRS's fault anyway. It's like the antenna got ripped off, or
Yeah.
it's a small, one of those really dodgy little ceramic antennas
yeah.
inside a little frame.
Their intended purpose, they're great.
Yeah, but yeah, this is it's not overkill, but it's overkill for our sort of flying.
And look, we're just starting to embark on our we're dabbling with long range now,
Yes.
getting an idea for it. So down the track, this might be the exact thing we need.
Okay.
And we run.
Yeah,
Might be.
cool. All right, thumbs up, thumbs down, or in the middle.
Thumbs up if you're after it, thumbs in the middle if you don't need it.
Here's the question, ultimately, who's this for, and should you go out and buy this? Now, Radio Master's not going to be liking me saying this because, well, they might. The Radio Master Pocket and the Crush alone, already on 2.4 gigahertz and ELRS, are more than enough for most pilots. 99% of the pilots out there are going to be happy and never need a radio module like this. Now, if you're doing long range, I'd say, hey, this might be right up your alley. It's not talking about the split system or the X, the crossband, just flying around on the low band, having both of those out, having twice as many chances to catch those packets and not lose the fail safes. That sounds like a good thing. People who are going to use this specifically, and this is the interesting part where you think you want to fly around on both 2.4 and 900 megahertz, well, you might think that sounds good, but here's the issue with that. Just because you've got both those frequencies going, those frequency ranges going, doesn't mean you're going to have twice the range or twice the chance to drop a failsafe. If you're going long range and you lose your 2.4, you've still only got 900 megahertz. So for long range, I don't think it actually helps. You're much better suited to fly around on just 900 megahertz. However, the people this might be suited for are people who are doing a bit of unknown flying in a place where they're still going to get reception typically on 2.4, and they just want that bit of a backup of 900 megahertz, because that means you might get dropping out by a cell tower, or maybe someone's Wi-Fi router, or you're just getting some interference on a band that you're not sure and you can't predict. That's where this is going to come into play. Don't get this thinking this is the ultimate long-range solution because of that crossband. The crossband there, I would say, is actually for a mid-range solution. If you're a mid-range pilot flying around in some sketchy environments where you don't know the RF floors and the RF frequencies in the air, then this might actually save your bacon. But for everybody else, do you need this? No, not really. Is it awesome? Absolutely. If you're not one of those insane pilots who's in those sketchy situations where you need both the bands and crossbands and things like that, and you just want to be an everyday pilot who likes FPV, check out this. You can get the entire Radiomaster Pocket, the video's up here, for cheaper than this module on the Nomad.